And I'm really glad you brought up about the book being a movie. You know, that was one of my questions that I was like, yeah, you should make it. It reads like a good movie, like a nice movie.
Well, I'm interviewing directors now, and of course, my dream would be to have Lorenz Tate play Eazy-E. I look in Lorenz Tate's eyes, and I see Eazy-E alive in there. He is a superb actor and a great music fan, and I could see him playing Easy, and I could see The Game playing Suge Knight in this movie, because Suge Knight will have a place in this movie. It's not one that he's going to like very much, but he will have a place in this movie.
Well, we're looking forward to it, whenever it releases. We'll help out any way we can, promoting it, doing whatever we can to help get the name around for you.
It's amazing the kind of support that Eazy's fans have.
That's true.
I'm surprised as well.
And if that helps me rekindle his legacy, then Gayle and I are right there, just like you are, Sergio.
Yeah.
And Eazy-E CPT,
.com.
.com.
You guys you work so hard on it, and I know how much time that you guys spend on it. That is just, it's awesome.
Yeah, we're just trying to do it. Like if we were part of it, like if we were Jerry, trying to do it.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad to help out.
Yeah, I really appreciate how you guys have
righteous.
reached out to us.
It is.
It's righteous what you're doing.
Eric would hire them.
You bet.
Yeah, I mean,
you'd be following him around everywhere. You'd be part of his life.
Man.
I have a good Mountain View estate story, but I don't know if you want me to tell it.
So?
About the fire.
Sure, that's a cute story.
So, was that after they started?
Yeah, that was after the animosity.
Okay, so after the animosity with Dre and Easy and stuff like that, because Dre had a house like one street down. So one day, we all came home, there was a big fire, and Dre's house was on fire. And I guess what happened? They say something like a barbecue or something went ablaze. Or
yeah, we dispute that. But, I mean, we don't believe
So
that.
Easy, he was driving in his new, he came down here to tell us about the fire. And he was driving in his new...
850?
No. What was that other one?
The 750, the Jeep Cherokee?
No, it might have been well, whatever it was. It was his new car. Was that it? The more expensive one.
The 850,
No.
the 750.
Yeah, there was another one.
Okay.
There was another one.
His 600.
Yeah.
His Mercedes 600,
Yeah.
right.
So when he came down here and he said that they were... Am I allowed to tell this story?
Absolutely. You can just
and we could edit whatever you guys want.
Okay.
You can say whatever you
And
want.
so Easy came down here and he told us that the house was on fire and they were all sitting in their cars blasting music, eating barbecue, and laughing about the house being on fire. And Eric came down here and he's like, I'm not going back there, man. I mean, he wanted no part of it. So, yeah.
And Dre was there, and the DOC. And all those guys were up there supposedly having a barbecue or something.
Watching the house on fire.
Yeah, watching the house burn down.
Yeah. And was that their own house?
Yeah.
Dre's house.
Yeah.
Dre's house.
Right.
That's funny. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's nice. Nice little stories like that. We appreciate.
Sure.
Especially all those nice pictures you've been putting up.
I'm gonna try to put up more too. So.
Yeah, it's they're gonna be all over the place, but as long as you guys are willing to share them,
We'll do anything now to revitalize the legacy of Eric Eazy-E Wright.
If you notice the pictures that I'm going to put up, like I've been noticing a trend in the pictures because Eric was always on the phone. Always.
Yeah.
Every picture I have, he's on the phone or looking at his pager. I mean, even more. It's very funny.
Like in the book, Jerry says he's either on the phone or...
He was always, he was like working around the clock. He's not like just chatting on the phone. He was like...
Working?
When we were in Hawaii, Gayle and I and Eric and a friend of his, we were staying at the Halekulani, which is a very fancy hotel. We had suites there. So Eric had a key to our suite so he could come in and talk to all of his girlfriends without whoever he was with, having to interrupt him. Or I would walk around the hotel, like once we were at the Kahala Hilton, and he would find all these out-of-the-way payphones where he could go and talk. And I know the first time we stayed at the Kahala, every place he walked, they had a security guard following him around because they couldn't believe that this young black guy, could be staying in the presidential suite at the Kahala Hilton. So wherever he would walk, they have a security guy. So finally, I just walked up to the guy. I said, well, "What is it that you think you're doing, pal?" I said, "This is Eazy-E, And I said, "Just get away from him or something," which I was doing a lot in the early days.
Yeah. There are a lot of curious people wondering, hey, what's this guy doing here?
Yeah, right.
I like the picture that I put up on the site because in that picture where he's talking on the phone, I think I told you guys, he came next door because he needed to make more calls and use Gary's phone, and he was still gangster because he still had his hat on and like his loafs, but he had his Hawaiian robe on.
Yeah.
That's why I took that picture because I thought it was so cute.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
He was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what would happen? Like we would be walking through the aisle. He loved Hawaii. And he did lots of charity things that people never knew about.
I have some pictures of that I can put up too.
And we were doing a charity thing for Korean underprivileged children in Hawaii, and he was being bodyguarded by DEA agents and guys from the prison. These huge, the biggest guards you've ever saw. He was flying around in one of those black DEA raid helicopters, with looked like a Hornet,
Oh, yeah.
And God, I mean, he was just so funny. And what was I just going to say? Yeah,
Were you talking about the charity or the security guards?
Yeah, but I sort of lost. So we would go to the mall, and we would be walking through the mall, he and I, and then somebody would recognize him, but they would try and act cool, like they didn't know who he was. And pretty soon, we'd turn around and there'd be 400 or 500 people following us, acting like they didn't know who he was. Just looking around, and it would be he was like the Pied Piper of Hampton. I mean, he was just, he was unbelievable.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. He was a mensch.
Yeah.
Right?
He sure was.
If anyone had a birthday or this or that, Eric would always throw a birthday party for them and let them invite, 200 people.
He might show up late.
He might show up a few hours late.
Yeah, but like we threw a party for Quick's birthday.
That was a funny story.
At Gladstone.
At Gladstone's.
And all the bodyguards were there. Big Ron and Charles. There was 60 or
70,
100 people.
Yeah.
And Suge was there with Big Wes, and all these guys ordered, they'd order prime rib and a lobster.
2 dinners.
Yeah, 2 dinners always. So, we had this huge party for Quick, and Eric liked Quick a lot. We put out a record at Ruthless with a PPC, which was the Penthouse Players Clique that Quick produced, Easy executive produced. So the party's over, and people Quick's girlfriend stood up, and
She wanted to make a toast.
She was pregnant, and she wanted to make a toast, and she said, "I want to thank you all for coming
to this party.
coming to my party."
That I threw.
Coming to the party that I threw for David. And I said, "Oh, it's your party?" I said to the manager. I said, "Give her the check." It was like $7,000. But that didn't happen, obviously. And Easy and I paid the check.
Yeah.
As we always did.
True.
Yeah, that's nice. Do you ever recall what his tattoo?
Yeah, I just can't remember it. Tell me what it
The
was.
circular on his hand right here?
Yeah, I remember him having a tattoo. I just can't remember what it was.
Yeah, everybody's always asking, what was
the
that
circular
tattoo?
thing was?
They thought it was like a pentagram.
Well,
He was into the...
I think originally that he had like a 666 there that he made into something else or something.
Something maybe from the occult
Yeah,
type
but
thing.
he was into the occult because he was into monsters and horror movies. I mean, he didn't believe in it.
He was
But
interested
he
in
thought
everything.
he thought it was cool.
Yeah.